man. Oh man. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know it has been about a month, maybe about a month and a half. It's definitely been a couple weeks since the last time I have shot and put anything out. Just been getting some stuff together, like I said in the last video. Um, this one's gonna be a little more. It's not gonna be as long for sure. I kind of want to do a follow up to my last video I did. The last video I did pretty much was kind of like the state of Kentucky's hip hop rap music scene, um, what's going forward, what kind of gave a little insight and advice to a couple artists, uh, not specifically, but just artists in general that it might apply to. Like, try to pivot, try to figure some things out. Understand, don't put all your eggs in one basket because it's the rap is rap at this point. Uh, but I want to follow up, man, because shout out to my guy B Haywood over there. He shoots the Big and Lazy podcast and We Them Girls podcast. But my guy B Haywood and I believe the host of the Big and Lazy podcast now is B Fines, Brandon Fines. Shout out to him as well. It was actually a very very dope interview. As a person who's done interviews over the past decade, um, this was a very very good interview. You did your thing. C-Tez did his thing. You let him speak. You let him get his shit off. He got his shit off. It was a very, very good interview. So y'all get a chance, go check out the latest episode of the Big and Lazy podcast on YouTube with C-Tez. But I want to follow up my last video because it's just so, I don't want to say it's funny. I want to say it's kind of, I guess you could say it's funny, but it's kind of ironic as well. I posted my last video, and I think some people didn't quite understand that what I was saying, I wasn't blaming or pinpointing Jack because I feel like he owes anybody anything or he owes anybody a favor or he needs to give people a hand. I wasn't singling him out because of that. What I was doing was singling him out because he is the guy. And I think that a lot of people around here don't understand that when somebody is the guy, they have to check a lot of boxes. You have to check certain boxes. You got to check a long list of boxes, but it's certain ones that they got to be checked for you to end up being the guy. He is the guy because he checks those boxes. Now, once you are the guy and you check those boxes, the people around you, your handlers, your advisees, your advisors, the people who might be your mentors or whatever, their job is to make sure that you continue to check those boxes by any means necessary. Whether if the person who they are helping maintain that status or that position is aware of what is going on, or maybe they're not aware. Right? In this situation, I don't know yet. The jury is still out. I, I, I'm not gonna say Jack is aware, and I'm not gonna say that he isn't aware. But I feel like he might be closer to the side that is aware of what's going on, and he's just has to play the game the way the game is played. But long story short, there was a bunch of people in my comments on Instagram that were saying, "Hey, this is wrong for a multitude of reasons." Because again, they didn't understand what I was saying, and what I was saying was exactly what C-Tez elaborated on in this interview. So C-Tez never says Jack's name. Okay. I will give bro credit for that. He never says Jack Harlow's name. He never even mentions, well, he does mention Jack at the beginning when he said, shout out to Jack, he should come on the show and everything like that. But he didn't, when he was telling this part of the interview, he was explaining the story and the situation he had with a guy in the industry. He named a bunch of people. He named Diesel, goddamn, he named DJ Lil Jerry. Like, he's named, I forgot the person's name that he named that was part of the record label in North Carolina or whatever. Like, he named several people, right? But the one name that he never brought, he even brought up Kevin Cosby. But the one name that he never brought up was Jack Harlow. So let's connect the pieces. Okay. Um, First things first, the first thing that he said was, well, not the first thing, but one of the first things that he said that just lets you know that he's talking about Jack. He was like, hey, I did a job with somebody. You know, we did a song together. Okay. C-Tez doesn't have that many songs. So you can figure out what is what. All right. Number one. Number two, he said that the person told them that once they do, like if they were to do said song together, which he was speaking about Nail Tech. Um, Again, he never said Jack's name. I'm just putting the pieces together. He's speaking about Nail Tech. He said the person told him that they would put him on a big stage, a big platform, if they did a song together. He would pretty much throw bruh a bone. I'm gonna give you. I'm not gonna call it a handout. I'm gonna throw you a bone. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to showcase your talent, your personality. I'm gonna make you real. I'm gonna make you as visible as you've ever been before. Pretty much it's the dream that he sold C-Tez, and C-Tez was like, "Hey, this person told me, man, they're gonna put me on a huge platform." He said that was in December, not this year. Again, he's telling the story. He was like, that was in December. The platform, which is the showcase he was speaking of, the showcase happened next December. He said it was a he said it was a big platform, big stage. Boom. He said the person told him in December that they was going to put him on a platform, put him on a stage. Boom. All this good jazz, right? He said that that show happened the following December. You can easily Google Jack Harlow, Louisville shows, December, and it'll pop up the No Place Like Home. It was on December 18th in what I believe 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, December 18th, 2022. So that means that because this is when the album came out. What was that album? Come home, the kids miss you. I think it's the name of the title. But the one with the white cover, and you got on the black. Anyway, that's that album. That album came out in 2022, right? So that means that this conversation happened in December of 2021. Does anybody else remember what else happened in 2021 for Jack Harlow? It wasn't a good thing. It was potentially a bad thing. I don't want to say it was career ending. It could have been community Louisville type ending for him potentially, but again, it wasn't his fault. He can't control everybody he is affiliated with per se. But I don't remember the young lady's name, but she was killed. I believe it was Derby weekend. I know it was in May. Derby weekend in 2021, if I remember correctly. All right. She was killed that summer, May 2021. Right. After that moment, there was a period of time where let's just call it a pass that Jack was given. People were saying, hey, we're taking that back. Like, we not fucking with you. That's bullshit. You need to hold your DJ accountable. You need to publicly, like, you know what I'm saying, denounce him from anything affiliate. Like you need to shun this dude. Like, fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Like there was a large enough crowd in a group, in a section from the city who cared for the individual who was murdered in the club that night, and they felt like it was Jack's fault, or at least enough of them felt like it was Jack's fault, and they were coming at him. Right? They were coming at him. Right? So if you're a person like Jack, where I don't want to say that your musical identity was just solely based off you being from Louisville, but yeah, a very large portion of his musical identity is Louisville based. He raps about Louisville a lot. He raps about Kentucky a lot. So yeah, I gotta be able to feel comfortable when I'm at home. Like, I want to be able to still do what I've always done. Like, I'll go to this event on a random Tuesday and just kick it with people that I might have went to school with when I was in high school, or XYZ, like, and just be around my community, be around my friends and family and shit like that. I want to continue doing that. So I need to figure out a way to not make that section of the city, that section of the community that I love, hate me or feel like they might want to cause harm to me or somebody. I don't want anybody I love or care about to be harmed. So I need to figure this out. Now, this is me just speaking hypothetically, but I'm painting a picture. I'm painting a picture here. So, boom. Incident happens May 2021. Phone call with C-Tez happens December 2021. C-Tez said he flew out to Phoenix to the studio. Flew out to Phoenix. They did the song. Nail Tech. They did it. They did Nail Tech. All right. I think he said a month later, 3-4 weeks later, they shot the video. The Nail Tech video came out in February of 2022. I believe that's when the song came. I think the song video came out at the same time. So I want to say the song video came out in February, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. I'm gonna double check it again. I don't want to be wrong. You got a smartphone. You got a smartphone. Just look some shit up. It's okay. Take a breather. Go get a drink, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And come back. But yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Let me see. Yep, 2022, February 18th, 2022, Nail Tech comes out. All right. Now let's see. If I'm not mistaken, the album came out that May. Let me look. Come Home, The Kids Miss You. Album came out May 6th of 2022. Now, mind you, the I'm not gonna call it a rebrand, the repair from the damages that were done before the album came out in May, which was a damn near exact year from when the incident happened in 2021, prior Derby weekend. And also check out this other tidbit. The phone call happens in December of 2021. The song and the video are shot within the next 8 weeks. The video is out February 18th. The video is out in February. So you got to understand, when the song and the video drop, first off, boom, the song comes out and people, oh shit, C-Tez is featured on. He got the bow. But then the video as well. So now you got the song is out and you see he's on the song, but then you see he's in the video. He's in the video. And the video is like, and maybe look, maybe I'm not the smartest person. I could just say it was a hell of a coinky dink. But one of the greatest, if not the greatest boxer of all time is known. That is known as Muhammad Ali. He's from Louisville. So a lot of people resonate that with Louisville, boxing, Muhammad Ali. Just so happened you used the Louisville artist to cosplay as a boxer in the music video on some knocking somebody out on some Muhammad Ali shit. Like, bro, listen, it was a well thought out plan. Do I think it was Jack who thought it? No, I don't think it was Jack per se who came. Maybe Jack had some ideas, he had some inputs, but again, the people around him and surrounding him had to think, like, this guy is supposed to be a megastar. We can't have no incident of his fucking DJ killing a girl in the club. That is terrible. It's bad publicity. It's bad fucking, it's just bad everything. We gotta find a way to fix this. And I'm pretty sure they thought long and hard. They found somebody that the community is touched by because he's known, he's popular. Goddamn, he does community work. He was out there protesting for goddamn Breonna Taylor, and that's another thing. That he said that that was one of the first things that they said when they got on the phone. We see what you're doing with the protesting. We like that. We see what you're doing. We like that. Yeah, I bet you do like that. You know what I'm saying? And so now the album comes out a year after the shooting. During that time, during that time, he brings Drake to the city. Like all these things are happening. He brought Drake to the city to shoot the Churchville Down videos. He brought Drake to Derby. Drake ain't never set foot in Louisville, Kentucky ever. And the one and only time he ever came, it was because Jack brought him here. Yeah, the common person won't look at that and say that it doesn't matter. It's just Drake. For the music scene and the community that takes part in that, that can be blinding to a situation. That can be like, oh shit, like he was able to get Drake here. Like, we should try to get as close as possible to bro. Like, we should be able to do this. We should try to do that. And it's like, you got to see the bigger picture ahead. So, album comes out in May. The show that he speaks of, No Place Like Home, December 18th, 2022. A year, I don't know exact date, but let's just say a year from the phone call C-Tez had with him. He was told, I'm gonna put you on the platform, put you on the stage. Now, he didn't say that exact stage, but he said, I'm gonna bring you out. You gonna be on stage with me. You gonna perform this song with me. Like, you gonna perform this song in front of your friends and families and thousands of people. Like, this is gonna be the greatest look you've ever gotten, bro. Say less. Let's do it. Let's lock in. And you could ask, oh, well, he did multiple shows around that time. He did. But C-Tez, again, he never says Jack's name, but he says that the venue was big and 20,000 people were there. It's not that many venues around here that can hold close to 20,000 people that are that big in December. That isn't outside. You catch my drift. Like, you can easily connect the dots and see what's going on. So he gets there, finds out he's not on, the VIP and none of this shit. Says he calls. Now, I don't know if he spoke to somebody on his team, or I don't know if he spoke to Jack, but it sounded like he had a conversation with Jack, and Jack told him, bruh, it's not my call. It's out of my hands. Like, woo-de-woo. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. And C-Tez is looking at it like, hey, bro, I want you to keep your word. I want you to keep your word. You told me ... I'm expecting ... There's nothing else. Like, what are we doing? And I don't know if C-Tez realizes it yet. I don't know if he realized it in that moment. I think he might realize it now. But, bro, you got played. You got played. You got used, and you got played. He was never gonna take it to the point to where you were gonna be the next big thing smoking out of Louisville. I need people to understand something, man. When these artists, a lot of times when they, work and goddamn divulge and fucking collaborate with people and other creatives or other artists, they typically don't do it with somebody that they feel like is a threat to their position. 9 times out of 10 in situations like this, like C-Tez, if C-Tez, like let's say C-Tez was a goddamn moderately known rapper, moderately known artist at the least, right? His crowd and Jack Harlow's crowd would not be the same people, right? Not even remotely the same type of people, not even remotely the same type of crowd. So cool, I can reach back and I can use somebody like him because he is like, he's almost quote unquote like a mascot. You know what I mean? Like he represents something. Like he represents a piece of the community. He represents a piece of Louisville. And it's like at the end of the day, people are like, yo, that's C-Tez. That's C-Tez. Like people know that dude as like he is known, not even known just here. He's known in other places, known in Atlanta, probably known in Texas. Like, no, he's known in these other places. They're like, yo, I know that dude. That's the dude that looked like Gucci. That's the dude that That's the dude that was in the club dancing against Big Groove doing the splits. Like, they know this dude, right? I'm not saying he's a mega star, but they know this guy, right? Um, that is vital when you're trying to restore your image or your likeness within a community or a group of people. You have to be able to captivate a section or a person who will do the captivating for you. They'll do it for you. See, Jack reaches back and works with somebody like a C-Tez. C-Tez is going to do all the heavy lifting. Jack don't got to do nothing. C-Tez is going to promote the shit out this video. I was in a music video with Jack Harlow and Young Miami. Now, I'm on a song with Jack Harlow, bro. I'm on his album. I'm on the same album. They got fucking super producers like goddamn Pharrell on there, bro. Like, I'm telling everybody. I'm telling my friends, my families, my co-workers, the strangers. I'm telling anybody with a smartphone, bro. That's me on that song with Harlow. How could anybody in the city at the moment during that time necessarily really sit back and be like, man, fuck him for putting C-Tez on the song? Nah, they be like, man, that's dope as hell, bruh. That's dope as hell. And he put him in the video. Ah, he had him on the song and he put him in the video. He flew the nigga out. Like, bro, he showed love. Excuse me. People look at those small gestures like that and they hold them to a higher like level of goddamn importance than what they really are. And I'm not saying it's not a good look. I'm not saying that stuff like that isn't cool. I'm not saying stuff like that doesn't make a person valid or whatever. But what I'm saying is this is one of the most clearest, like crystal clear this is 8K. This is 8K. Like I've been saying this for quite some time. And like I said, I said it in my last video. It's clear what is going on. It's not just the fact that it's like some people brought up, oh, people don't want to work hard. People don't know what to do when they get to the moment. It's not just the fact that those things are reasons why some people don't make it out or stay leveling up. Like some people get stagnant because they can only just go so far with what they're doing, right? I understand that, but there is another aspect. There is another side to this, and the other side to this is there is a person. Okay, there is a person who has the ability, the direct ability to change and not only just change, but they can facilitate the change at will if they wanted to. Easy shit. The shit's so easy, I could come up with it on a whim. If Jack was to come out tomorrow and say, "Hey, I'm doing a surprise," I guess it wouldn't be a surprise because he's telling people. But let's say Jack was to say, "Hey, Derby weekend, I'm doing a all Kentucky artist pop out show. I'm holding it at the Yum Center. Dot 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 dot." Similar to what Kendrick just did. Similar to what Kendrick. Now Kendrick's just a little bit different because the beef and everything. It was a lot of eyes. It's a different. That's a different magnitude. But let's take that and do it on a smaller scale, right? And we're going to give you more time to promo. Still got your festival. Still, he's still going to do his festival. I don't know when the next one is, but I know it's probably this year. Still do a festival, right? Run that shit back because I think that is a good idea as well for you to be able to bring acts that wouldn't normally come here on a regular. Like you said, you had SZA come last year. That is dope. That's good. That's a good look for the city. But do something for the other acts in said city if you care to, right? Like if you really cared about that, like if you really cared about actually seeing other acts in the state of Kentucky, in Louisville, actually make it to where you made it or close to or whatever. So do something like the pop out show. Completely. I'm not gonna say it's easy. I'm not gonna say it's easy. The idea is definitely easier than the actual action. I will admit that. But he could do something like that because people will come to see him. All those acts that went to the Kendrick Lamar pop out show, they got some love. There were some older acts that people forgot about. There were some newer guys. There were some like current guys, whatever. And they all got to perform in the largest crowd in front of their largest crowd that they've ever performed in front of. 95% of them. If Jack was to do something here like that or similar, it would put so many eyeballs and so many ears on some of the good and dope music that is actually here. Some of the talented artists would actually get an opportunity. See, because I understand what people say, oh, he's just supposed to give. No, he's not supposed to give a handout, right? But he isn't the person I would say is like he's just going to give you a favor and then that favor turns into something else. It's not what I'm saying because it also doesn't just work like that either. But what I'm saying is he is he is the cause and the purpose. Like he can cause such a ripple effect that it could change so much. It could change so much. Like the infrastructure for music and media, not only in Louisville, but in Kentucky itself, is suffering because the person who can give stuff and people doing this shit an actual purpose doesn't care. They don't care. They don't care. Y'all mean to tell me that B96 would turn down an interview with Jack Harlow? They would turn down are we serious? Do y'all think that if Jack Harlow jumped on a record with like if he had artist submit a verse thing type shit, kind of like what Gotti did with what Yo Gotti did with that dollar for dollar. If Jack did that, the radio here would play the song. Like I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's too easy. These things can and should have already been done to a grander level. I'm not saying do a song with the people that you got on your label with the private guard. I'm not saying that because you've done that. You've gave them looks and that's cool. That's dope. But that's another video. Do it for not only to benefit yourself, but do it to try to actually grow and elevate the city. I'm telling y'all, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it, And I'm going to keep telling y'all over and 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 over again. Nothing will change here. Can y'all listening? Nothing will change here until y'all decide to make the person who is the person actually be the person, be the cause. There is no ripple effect. You got to be able to throw that rock in the pond to get the ripple effect. He's the rock. Kentucky is the pond. Louisville is the pond. Right? If you want the ripple effect, there has to be some form of motion from the rock. And I'm not talking Dwayne Johnson, okay? If you want a ripple effect, the rock has to be the cause. That's it. That's it. That's all he has to do. And again, I'm not just pinpointing it because he's Jack Harlow. I'm pinpointing it because he is the guy. It could be anybody else. I felt the same way when Bryson was going around. Before Bryson was this introvert, I'm scared to talk to people. I want to go fake play video games, all this bullshit, whatever. Before he turned into that type of person, I was saying the same thing about him. Cool. He showed his cards. He wants his piece. Go get it. But as far as Jack, you can't be as intertwined in the community and you can't be as intertwined in the city as you appear and as you are. And as I truly do believe that he is, as much as he is and as often as he is, and he doesn't do anything to help the scene. He doesn't do anything to help the actual music scene. And that's why it's struggling out here. It's bad out here. It's bad out here. Like I told you on the last video, the 502 come up ship has sailed. Ain't nobody coming here looking for no new talent, man. Ain't nobody coming here looking for new talent, bruh. There's nobody coming here looking for new talent because the person who gets the light shined on them for having all the talent ain't taking none of that light and shining on anybody else that has talent, bruh. I'm telling y'all, bro. And again, it might not be his fault. It could be the people that are around him, the people that are in charge, the people that are directing, the people who are steering the boat are like, hey, we're not going that direction. This is the direction that we're going. We're going to pull from over here from what we can. Thank you, C-Tez, because that was a good look. We needed that. But now that we got what we needed from you, stay over there. You can't get you too close. Back it up. Back it up. And like business is business. But I want the people who said I want the people who said I didn't know what I was talking about to go watch the Big and Lazy podcast, episode 87. Stand on it with C-Tez. Go watch it. Because I want y'all to go watch it and see when C-Tez gets to talking about this shit and he's telling y'all it's Jack Harlow without telling y'all it's Jack Harlow. Just pay attention. Just pay attention. And I know a lot of y'all gonna do that Weebay meme. Y'all gonna be real surprised. Be like, damn, bro. Like I thought maybe because maybe I'm not working hard enough. Maybe I'm not. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. In most cases. I do agree. Some of y'all motherfuckers, y'all don't put in no work. That's understandable. But in a lot of people's cases, there's a lot of talented people. I don't believe that if there's 5,000 rappers in Louisville, that not at least 50 of them are talented. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there aren't at least 50 rappers in Louisville who could literally go and be some sort of, I'm not gonna say a household name, but they could be no they could gain the notoriety not only just here but on a nationwide level and be known in multiple states, multiple cities, maybe be known a little bit overseas, maybe be known a little bit in Canada. Like I definitely believe that there should be at least 50, maybe 50 is too much, but there should be no less than 25 legit rappers from the state of Kentucky that we can take their catalogs and we can take their music and we can go anywhere with it and people will like it. I don't believe that there's no less than at least 25. I can name a bunch of rappers from Louisville and Kentucky that I fuck with. That's just cause I'm like in it, like type shit. You feel me? Like, so it's different. But I should be able to be like, yo, that 25 right there, their music is good enough. I can play it over here, people gonna fuck with it. I play it over here, people gonna fuck with it, right? And people gonna be like, damn, what's that person? Oh, I know it. I heard that song. I heard that song. I heard that song. I be like, damn, for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, bro. Oh, and it makes me so mad, bro. And I'm gonna get out of here on this note. First in Flight. I remember when somebody from Texas, bro. I had a homie from Texas. This is back in like 2014, 2015. And now again, the First in Flight came out, I think 11 or 12, 2011 or 2012. I can't quite remember. But so I'd already been on it. Man, I'm on Xbox, me and bro talking. He stopped, man, hey man, I fuck with a couple Louisville. I said, what, for real? He said, man, you ever heard of Taylor? I said, man, are you serious? Man, we started talking about the and this is why I feel how I feel when I speak about certain artists. I'm like, bro, it has been some artists over the years where I'm like, yo, you're really, really talented. They just didn't want it. They didn't want it. Or they wanted it to be some certain way. Like, nah, that's clearly not how it's going, but this shit is going great for you. Keep it up. No, I don't. I want it to be this weirdo shit, right? And now they're gone in the wind because they didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't want it more than the next person, or they didn't want it at all. But look, man, I'm not gonna keep y'all long, man. I think I'm done. I just want people to realize that this music shit can be done in the state of Kentucky. It can be done in Louisville, but in order for it to be done here, y'all have to start holding the people accountable who can be held accountable. I'm gonna say that again. Y'all have to start holding the people accountable who can be held accountable. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace, man. Y'all take it easy. Until the next time.